Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic. For this week I thought we'd take a look at the comic version style Mark 1 Iron Man armor from Marvel. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at this bad boy. Okay, so many of you younger viewers out there might be saying that this looks nothing like the Mark 1 Iron Man armor from the movies. This is based more off the original comic version of the Mark 1 armor from Iron Man, the one that he built in the cave to escape his captors. This design was made back in the day when you could get away with a much simpler look, and you didn't need a lot of complicated details such as servos or mechanics or anything like that. It's because of his actual retro design that made me want him in the first place. Now he's roughly the size of your average 3-inch action figure, a lot like the G.I. Joes in a different line, which brings me back to the point why I wish these guys came out back when I was playing with G.I. Joes, because I really would have liked to have Iron Man fight alongside Duke and beat the heck out of Cobra. As far as detailing go, he actually has a pretty nice worn metal paint application on him. Hopefully you can see some of the details. You can kind of see the silver right there under here and on his chest. It actually really is a nice, gives him a real look like he's been fighting or he was actually built in a cave, which he technically was. Detail wise, it's about, other than that, the sculpt, it's well, not much you can get with this particular version of him. Like I said, it was comes from a simpler time with a simpler design. You got hard to tell, but you could get nice little rivets in here along the arm with seams, so you could definitely tell that this thing was just bolted together. I actually believe this was actually built in a cave a lot faster than the one that's actually in the movie, but the one in the movie is still impressive. It just shows much more how smart Tony Stark really is. Articulation, it's pretty standard. You got your arm joints here, a nice chest swivel that's kind of a bit tight. You can't move too much, but then this design is kind of based more off of an iron lung that he was wearing. Head moves up and down, or well, not so much up and down, but really side to side. You got a nice ball jointed elbow right here that swivels and can turn in 360. And just a swiveling wrist articulation. Not too much there. Hips pretty much about the same. A ball with a little bit of a swivel, so you can kind of get some movement. I don't want to do too much. And then you got your back and forth knee, so it's double jointed, so you can really get some nice knee poses in there. And then another ball joint for the ankles. Now the neat little accessory that it came with was actually this little flame attachment that stuck on right here. So that means he could have his regular fist, and you can put well, I just had it on, and you can put this on here like he's actually shooting out some fire. Different Iron Mans came with different versions of this, so it actually this one is the most flame. It looks mostly like flame and the roughest version of them. I've seen others that actually look more like a solid blast, but because this one is his base armor, he was made in a cave, it's going to be the most crudish looking weapon. A neat little side fact note is I put this guy under a black light just because I do that with my toys every now and then, and he actually will turn this kind of weird purplish red, so it's actually kind of weird to see his color to see this metal color glow like that. But other than that, he's a neat figure, and he has that nice retro feel. So if you guys ever want to try to pick him up, I'd definitely say try to track this guy down. Once again, thank you for watching. If you like what you've seen today, please feel free to subscribe or leave a comment below in the comment section. Any advice for the show will be greatly appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future. Little heads up for next week, it's going to be the start of Ghostbusters month.